Our featured speaker today is a superstar. He is America's leading expert in the field of residential assisted living. In fact, he founded the Residential Assisted Living Academy. Please welcome my student, my friend, an outstanding magic messenger, Mr. Gene Guarino.
Thank you, Clint. Have fun. Thank you. Thank you. Woo! Wow. Awesome. The baby boomers are here. And you cannot stop this unstoppable tsunami that's coming your way. Show of hands, how many of you in this room are getting older or know somebody who is? Yeah. I guarantee that everyone in this room is going to get involved in assisted living one way or the other. Either as an entrepreneur on the business side or as a resident or family member, someone living in that home. You're going to get involved one way or the other. The question is how, and that choice is yours. Now, I'm going to share about the business side, the opportunity, but before I do, I want to share the why. Why did I get into assisted living? When my mom was 82 years old, I went to visit and I said, "Mom, did you take your medication today?" And she said, "I can't remember." That's when I knew I needed help. She needed help. And that's when I knew that I had a serious problem. I couldn't just stop everything I was doing. I just couldn't afford to do that business-wise. And I just wasn't designed to be a full-time caregiver for my mom. So we had to go find that solution. And I could not find what I was looking for. All I could find were the big boxes with 100 people, 200 people, 100 yards just to get to breakfast. And that's not what I wanted for my mom. She had lived in a home all of her life, and that's where I wanted to live the rest of her days comfortably, in a home-like situation. Since I couldn't find what I was looking for, I dedicated myself to creating that solution. My goal was to create one home where my mom, my dad, I could be proud to have them move into. Because I knew that if I did, there were millions of people around the country who would need and want the same exact thing. And I was right. Today, my goal is much bigger. It is to help create 1,000 homes around the country. And that's why I founded the Residential Assisted Living Academy. And I am proud to tell you that today I have trained hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs around the country how to create, operate, and own residential assisted living facilities. But before I get into the incredible business side, let's talk on the personal side. Let's start at the end. All of us are going to get involved, whether it's you or a parent or a loved one, you're going to get involved in this. So there's 3 mistakes if you or a family member are going to move into an assisted living facility that you must avoid. The first mistake, the Happy Gilmore mistake. If you've ever seen that movie, it's a very funny film where Ben Stiller is a caregiver in that home, and the grandma, Happy Gilmore's grandma, has been making quilts for hours and hours for Ben because Ben's selling the quilts out the back door for a profit. So grandma comes up with her fingers bent. She says, "My fingers hurt." And Ben looks at her and says, "Oh, Grandma, your fingers hurt, do they? Well, guess what? That outburst just earned you 2 hours of yard duty. How do your fingers feel now, Grandma?" That's actually a much funnier scene when they do it than I do it, but it highlights the point that you need to know who the caregivers are, what the activities are, and what's going on inside that home. The second mistake to avoid, the bad news bears blunder. Those kids couldn't win a game till they came together as a team. And taking care of a parent is a team sport. It's not just you, it's the doctors, the nurses, the caregivers, and you working together as a team. And the third mistake to avoid, the Barbra Streisand syndrome. Yeah, that's my best Barbara that you're going to get today. Barbara's latest movie, Guilt Trip, was all about putting a guilt trip on the kids. Hey, when it comes to assisted living and our parents, we don't need a guilt trip. We already feel guilty. Are we doing the right thing? Do we do enough? Are we doing it soon enough? Now, those are the mistakes to avoid, but let's talk business here at the Entrepreneur Club. 77 million baby boomers. 10,000 people a day turning 65. 4,000 people a day are turning 85. And 70% of all of us will need help with the activities of daily living as we age. That means all of us are going to get involved one way or the other. And the average person today is paying $3,600 per month to live in that home. And with the aging demographics in our country and the life expectancy that is increasing virtually daily, this is a massive opportunity. And with the silver tsunami that is coming, the crisis in senior housing and the need for assisted living is an entrepreneur's opportunity of a lifetime. This is it. Now, what I do and what my students do is convert single-family homes into assisted living facilities. And the bottom line is a single home can net profit of $5,000, $10,000, up to $25,000 per month from a single home. That is significant residual income that doesn't require you to be there on a daily basis. If you'd like to learn more about assisted living and how you can get involved, go to ralacademy.com or call 480-704-3065. I want to encourage you, no matter what business you decide to get into as an entrepreneur, always strive to do good and do well. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the Business Expert Forum and Harvard Faculty Club, I'd like to present to Jean Guarino the Assisted Living Innovator Award.
Oh,
Excellent.
thank you.